It is time to give you the 3 best Town Hall 14 attacks right after the update that you will need to use for 3 stars. So let's start with our first army, the use of the Electro Dragons. This attack strategy is very simple. All you're doing is funneling out 2 different sides of the base, usually using one side with a baby dragon of some sorts, and if you can take advantage of any holes in the base, that's even better. And on the other side, you're using your king and your queen. Otherwise, you're sending your EDRAGS right through the middle. Keep in mind sweeper placement, because this is going to be very crucial on whether or not the area you want to send your EDRAGS into is actually going to be worth it. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. Now, EDRAGS are by far one of the quickest attacks to use, and here's why. All you're going to do is set up 2 funnels like I mentioned. You can use rocket balloons to remove an air defense if there are not many defenses in front of it. So in this case, the attacker used a couple balloons since there was a hole in the base thanks to the update, but that's going to clear one side of the funnel, just using a baby dragon, and that allows that baby dragon to get a good amount of value. On the other side of the base, you're going to use your barbarian king and archer queen. You'll then use your electro dragons, balloons, grand warren ability, and then 2 rage spells. You should try to encompass a lot of the balloons and the electro dragons. The rage spells are going to provide a lot of damage support for the electro dragons as they move in. You'll then want to use rage spells and free spells scattered around. The rage spells are really good when you're dealing with the town hall and a lot of chainable buildings. The frees are really good against single target infernos, and it makes it really good and have a nice time moving through. The EDRAGS provide a lot of value underneath rage, so try to take advantage of it. In the Stone Slammer, you can really use anything like a Dragon Rider, balloons, dragon and balloons, or even another Electro Dragon. But the Stone Slammer is a good siege machine for you to bring, especially if you know that you can get to the core with the EDRAGS. If you don't think you can, use a Battle Blimp instead. You have a lot of variation. You'll use a Royal Champion on the back end, which will help you clear through the rest of the base. Even though you'll still have EDRAGS, it's a really smart idea to bring in that Royal Champion on the back end, and you'll be safe for an easy 3-star. Now next is the Queen Charge Lalo, and you may have noticed already now, a lot of these bases have a centralized town hall. So this is a pretty safe bet on understanding how you can do this in your casual wars. Pretty much on one side, you're using the Queen Charge to remove the enemy CC, hopefully get the town hall. Outside of that, you're going to create the other side of the funnel, more adjacent from where you sent in your Queen Charge. You will then go ahead and go in with your hybrid through the middle and hopefully remove the eagle and the town hall if you didn't remove it with the Queen Charge. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. Now, hybrid can be a relatively difficult strategy, but what's not difficult is using my creator code CORRUPT. It's a great way to support the channel, and I do appreciate my friends. In order to actually start using this attack though, you are going to start off with the use of the queen. Now of course you do want to funnel said queen, so you might want to use something like sneaky goblins against resource buildings. This will help to look for any seeking air mines. You should also drop a poison and a rage spell early, especially if you are dealing with the super minion type of CC. They're going to do a lot of damage, so you might want to drop a rage spell early on if the CC is lurable. An invisibility spell is also very powerful. You might have to use that queen ability, but that's completely fine. In this attack though, the attacker is using a flame flinger to clear a different side. This means that now he can send the hybrid into a different section, basically creating 2 funnels in terms of this. Now, not really having the queen ability is going to be very difficult, because now he only has a freeze and a rage to deal with the town hall with the Queen Charge. So in some cases, you might have to go in for that town hall with the use of the hybrid, which can either be a good thing or a bad thing. Outside of this, you can really just let something like the Flame Flinger and the Queen do their own thing. Once they start to die down, you'll want to use your Barbarian King on one side of the base to help create the funnel, sending in your hybrid into the base, and it makes it very easy. In this case, the attacker decided on letting the miners and hogs kind of move through since there weren't that many buildings on the outside, though I would have still funneled that side in general. Outside of that, the king is going to get some good value and help the flame flinger while the hybrid moves in. An early heal is very good and it really helps everything move in. In terms of this, I would also use a freeze if the town hall was already activated. This will help protect a lot of your miners and anything else. You should still use your Grand Warden ability as you get to the town hall, especially through the poison, because it's going to do a lot of damage. So using that Grand Warden ability early is going to be incredibly important. You will still be able to continue to work your way through. The miners aren't really affected by that town hall poison underground, so it makes it really easy. This attacker didn't really have all of his heroes maxed out, including the Royal Champion, which is only at level 20. But this still just goes to show on how strong hybrid is, even if some slight mistakes are made. Now, we also have the Blizzard Lalo as our third attack. What's really cool about this one is it's a Town Hall 15 with the Monolith and the Spell Towers. This base is prime for a Blizzard Lalo. Let's explain. You're going to be using the Blizzard on one side of the base in terms of removing the Town Hall and any other value. The core is going to give you so much chain that it's godly for this. Outside of that, you're going to use your Sui hero adjacent from where you sent in your Blizzard to remove either the enemy queen or the enemy royal champion. Outside of that, you'll then send in your Lalo to go in for that final enemy hero, either the royal champion or queen, using headhunters and clearing through the rest of the defenses. And of course, if you're wondering what the army composition is, here is the army comp with the recommended clan castle. The link to the army comp link is going to be in the description below. Now, this attack is really dominant on this base because of the amount of chain and the amount of value. So if you want to get more value out of your attacks, consider subscribing and ringing the bell if you want to improve in Clash of Clans. The attacker first starts with the use of the Lava Hound, of course. This is always how you start a Blizzard. But you will then go ahead and use that Battle Blimp. The Lava Hound tanks for your Battle Blimp, so it doesn't pop early. But the attacker is going into the core. Even though the Spell Tower activates and provides a lot of damage for those, the Invisibility spell is going to keep all that safe, and that's going to easily remove the enemy Clan Castle, the Town Hall, the Eagle Artillery, possibly a Scattershot maybe. But in any case, he's getting a ton of value from just using the Blizzard alone, which gives so much value and success. He even got rid of the Scattershot. That just goes to show how much value he's able to get. So on one side, he's going to be using the Barbarian King with the Archer Queen to deal with the remaining enemy Clan Castle, which is the super minion, and then letting everything go through. Unfortunately, the Queen does go in the wrong direction, not following the King. That's completely fine. You're usually using the Royal Champion as well, so this will help the Barbarian King. So the Archer Queen can really do her own thing. However, on the other front, you've got the Royal Champion that can still move through. This is why you have the free spells. If there are single Infernos, a smart play is to go ahead and do so. You can use a couple Headhunters to help remove the enemy Queen or the enemy Royal Champion. In this case, it was the enemy Queen, and gets a good amount of value. At this point, he's already cleared the enemy Queen, so now he can deploy the Lalo with a 3-finger deployment with a Lava Hound. This allows him to still move through. The Rage Spell Tower is definitely going to provide a lot of damage there, but still having haste spells and freeze and the Royal Champion ability with the Grand Warden ability is incredibly important. Outside of this, the haste spells should just be used to get to scatters, infernos, and really anything that's going to hit them hard and wipe them out completely. So try to make sure that you are really prioritizing that. And in terms of your Lava Hounds, you need to make sure that they're at least soaking up some of those red air bombs. Outside of that, the minions are going to provide a lot of good cleanup, and you'll easily be able to get this done for a 3-star. While of course we didn't have any of the new things, we're going to have multiple videos on that in the future, so make sure you stay tuned. Consider checking out my Town Hall 12 recall spell video, and I'll be catching you in the next video. Corrupt, signing out.